4th of July. Woohoo! Yay, how exciting. I just saw Joan comment that she loves my headband. Well, Joan, that is a Snapchat filter. That the picture that I have for the video, that's a Snapchat filter. And I do use a Snapchat filter every time I make one of those graphics for my videos because they just have the most amazing filters. And that little headband is a Snapchat filter. This is a real headband, and they don't wiggle around as much as I would like. You know, I wish they would move without me touching them, but they don't. And I don't even know where I got this. I feel like I probably got it. I feel like I got it last year after the 4th of July. And I think I might have gotten it at Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I don't even remember. I've never worn it. I don't think I've worn it yet. So yeah, so that's the headband thing. I'm trying out some more hair things. Like, I don't know. I tried to do that kind of the beachy wave that's all the young girls are doing. Clearly, I need some practice at doing it. But I just all of a sudden thought, it was a couple days ago, I was in the bathroom and my hair was kind of crazy because, like I said, I haven't really been fixing it because normally I take a shower and then I have to straighten it all and then I have to flat iron it. And bleh. It's some work. So for the summer and since my surgery, I've just kind of been not fixing it because I do have some kind of natural curl, natural wave in my hair. Not enough of either to just leave it. It's pretty bad. But I thought to myself, why not try that? Because a lot of girls, young girls, I noticed, like Instagram influencers, they do the kind of beach wave, but normally their hair's longer than this. But I haven't cut my hair. Oh my gosh, it's probably been 6 months. I had a gal cut my hair and she whacked the crap out of it. And I wasn't very happy, so I didn't let her cut it anymore. And then I had to, I don't want to say fire her because that's kind of harsh. I just told her that I wasn't going to be back. After the last time I went here, I think it was in May, she jacked up my hair again. I was like, okay, I'm done. So I haven't had my hair cut for like 6 months. So it's getting kind of long. And so I thought, why not? Let's just mess around and see what happens. So I don't hate it. I don't love it. And the back is kind of hard to get to. So it's not as curly-ish as the front, but whatever. So anyways, let's see. Sharon says, happy Independence. Now I'm assuming that's, yeah, we only celebrate that in the US. You guys don't do that in Canada. So anyway, yay, 4th of July. It's been raining here, so I don't know if there's going to be fireworks action tonight or not. Our neighbors, a couple doors down, we live in the county, and so we can light fireworks off in our yards. You can do it on private property. So if you want to light up fireworks, you can. And in Wyoming, we sell decent fireworks here. Not just like sparklers and snakes, you know, we have rockets and explodey things, whatever those things are called. And our neighbors, a couple doors down, they do a big show every year. And we used to go somewhere else and watch like a sponsored fireworks show, but they quit doing that a couple years ago because the owners of the property, anyways, blah, blah, they changed. Yeah. Anyway, so we have another fireworks show in our county, but it's like a half an hour from here. So I've never gone out there. I'm not a fan of trying to get out of stuff like that after it's over because it's kind of a pain. I used to do that when I lived in Billings, Montana. We'd go out to Laurel, Montana for fireworks. And oh gosh, it's just such a pain to get out. And the older I get, the less I want to deal with that kind of stuff. So our neighbors put on a pretty decent show. So we're going to go. They invited us to come over. So I think we're going to head over there and check that out. Of course, that won't be till later. So yeah, but I wanted to come on a little earlier just because I know a lot of people are probably, you know, having barbecues if it's not raining where you're at, you know, or family gatherings. And so I wanted to come on a little bit earlier to kind of help myself and everyone else. So yeah, you guys are saying my hair looks nice. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I don't hate it. It definitely needs I need experience doing it, but I don't hate it. So anyways, let's see. Somebody said that the show was canceled in the Twin Cities. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Is it because of rain, Joan? Is that what's going on? You guys have rain? Our rain is supposed to stop around 5 or 6 o'clock, so I hope so. It's raining in Virginia. What kind of a bummer. I mean, I guess maybe if you're not a fireworks person, then you probably don't care. And I know a lot of animals despise fireworks. I know Dina's poor dogs just go crazy right now. And so she does everything she can to mitigate it, but you know, it is what it is. We don't have a dog anymore, but when we did, oh gosh, he would just go ballistic. He hated it so much, and I get it, you know. So I'm wondering if my son's little doggy is going to be scared of him or not. So I guess I'll have to ask him later. So anyway, Joan watches it on TV with no sound. Oh, yeah, I suppose, Joan, I can totally understand that. So, yeah, at least you can look at it because you can envision in your mind the sound that it's making. So, you know, yeah. Okay, what are we doing? I babysat a dog for about 5 days last week. I think I told you guys that. He was here. My son came back and picked him up on Sunday. And then he has to go out of town again on Monday. So he's bringing him out here on Sunday. He's going to have dinner with us, and then he's going to leave the dog here for, I think, like 3 days. So that won't be so bad because now we kind of know we have a little routine going on. So it should be fine. He was fine. He wasn't, I mean, he was a puppy, so he needed a lot of attention. But I mean, other than that, he was a good dog. So we had fun. So I'm looking forward to throwing the ball for him again because that was really fun. Our dog is 17 and can't hear them anymore. Oh, that's sad. But I mean, it's also probably good, I guess, if you can't hear them because, well, they can feel that though, can't they? I can't remember if they can sense the vibrations or something, and they don't like that either. I don't know. But your doggy is pretty old, so bless your doggy. Okay. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say except we had a dog here, and yeah. Oh, I should tell you guys. I'm watching a new trashy TV show. I've been a big fan of Love Island in the past. I've watched many, many, many seasons of it, whether it's been the USA or Australia version. And there is a USA version going on right now. They're like about halfway through. It's a 6-week deal, and they have an episode like Monday night, Tuesday night, Thursday, Friday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday and Friday. They have like episodes. And they're almost like real-time episodes. Like I think there's just maybe a day or two delay where they film for a day and then they edit it all up and then they do their thing. Anyway, so it's on Peacock if you guys have Peacock, and there's a lot of cursing in it. So if you're not a fan of cursing, you might not like it. But it's pretty entertaining, honestly. The drama is there's plenty of drama. And I don't know, I just kind of like shows like that. They're just kind of lighthearted and whatever. So anyway, if you're looking for something kind of trashy to watch, Love Island USA on Peacock. Yeah. So I mean, if you started now, there's like 21 episodes or something. So you could binge it, you know, up until this point or whatever. Or you can wait till it's over and then you can just binge the whole thing, which I do like to do, but my daughter and I have been kind of looking forward to watching it each night since she's living here, you know, for the summer. So we've been enjoying that. So anyways, I am going to flip the camera now and we are going to get started with some stamping. None of the projects today are 4th of July themed, just because I don't really have any 4th of July stamps. So, I mean, I probably could throw something together if I had to make a 4th of July card. But, well, actually, I guess I do. I have this. Where is it? Here we go. This one could definitely probably work to make some fireworky things because it also has, you know, dies that cut them out. So I haven't actually cracked this open yet, but I'm hoping to at some point. So anyway, okay, glasses. I mean, I don't really either do 4th of July cards. So, but yeah. Okay. So first of all, I do want to do some happy mail that I still have gotten. This is the last of my happy mail. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone who sent me a get well card. I appreciate all of you guys so much. It's been so much fun getting mail. This one is from Wendy Morse. And isn't that just beautiful? I just love how she colored that. She must have masked that off and then it colored around it. Really, really pretty. And I don't want to like show you what she wrote, but it was a very nice message. So thank you, Wendy. This, let's see, this one here, this is from, I need to look in the inside. This is from Krista. And so Krista sent me this beautiful card using this beautiful paper that has since sold out. But wow, when it was available, we just had a ball with that. So thank you, Krista. I appreciate that so much. Then we have this kind of fun fold card here. This is from my team member, Lori. Look how fun that is. So thank you, Lori. I appreciate that so much. And she used that adorable little mouse. How cute is that? Lori is a sweetheart. We have this card here. This is from Loretta. Another beautiful card. Thank you so much, Loretta. I appreciate it very much. I don't want to like show everybody what Loretta had to say, but everyone has sent very nice messages. So I appreciate that so much. Then we have this one from Mary Stroman using the beautiful painted lavender paper. So that is really fun. And I love how she used the dies and kind of split that one behind there. Really fun. This one here, very nice card. This is from who? It just says the last name. This is from Brooke. So thank you so much, Brooke. I appreciate that. Very nice card using that country floral bundle. And our country flowers, I think. And our online class last month was the country flowers. And so, yeah, the cards were really amazing. And I still have some kits available. Link in the description. All right. This one is from... Oh, it only has the address on the outside. Hold on. This is from Susie. Super fun card. I love how she did the little pieces of designer series paper around, like as a border around this fun little focal point. So that's super fun. Thank you, Susie. Appreciate that. This fun card is from my friend Heather. So Heather is awesome. So I appreciate that so much, Heather. And I'm wondering if this is out of a paper pumpkin kit. I don't get paper pumpkin kits every month anymore just because I've got so many things that I am doing. I can't do it all. So anyway, but I think this might be. So really great use of those two items with this fun paper from the ducks. All right, this one is from Ria. So thank you so much, Ria. I love this card. Just a little bit of that designer series paper. And then, of course, we've got some of those fun die cuts. And those also might be... No, those I think are die cuts. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know everything. Boho Beach kit. Thank you, Heather. That was the Boho Beach. Oh, Boho Beach. Is that like a paper pumpkin or is that like a kit? You can see how much I know, which is very little, honestly. Then I got this beautiful card from Pat. I love how she took one of our paper butterflies and then colored it and then embossed it with clear. It's so shiny and beautiful. I love that so much. So thank you to her. Then we have a beautiful card from Tony using that fun new paper pack that has all the little cuts. A kit. Okay, thank you. Has all those fun die cuts, and then I love how she added the paper in like little layers and then some ribbon and some fun gems. So thank you so much, Tony. I appreciate that. This is a fun card from Lori using that old rainbow set that, oh gosh, that's so cute. And I love this little detail here in the clouds. Just everything about this just makes me happy. And then finally, we have a card from Noreen, and Noreen is such a sweetheart. She sent me a Wendy's gift card. So I'm going to go to Wendy's because they have a delicious berry frosty there now. And I sampled it here about a week ago, I think it was, and I loved it. And so now I'm going to be able to go back and get it for free. So Noreen, thank you. And this is her card. This was her swap card that she made for our catalog kickoff group. And so she sent me one of them, and I appreciate that, Noreen, very much. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for your cards. I appreciate you all so much. And thank you. All right. So bonus days started yesterday, you guys. If you're unaware of what bonus days is a promotion that Stampin' Up! Usually runs in July, not always, but normally. And what it means is when you're shopping and you place an order, for every $50 that order is, you get a $5 bonus day coupon code emailed to you. So if you place a $50 order, and you close it out, and $50 is the merchandise total, obviously. You're going to get an email with a code for a $5 coupon. If your order is $105, your email will have 2 coupon codes. If your order is $225, your email will have 4 coupon codes. Do you kind of see what I'm doing here? And it's per order. So it's not like you could place a $75 order today and a $75 order tomorrow and then get 3 coupon codes. You would get 1 for each order. Okay. Then come August, then you can redeem all those coupons. And you just enter the coupon codes in the online store. It's pretty simple. You just copy and paste them out of your email. So definitely save all your coupon code emails. I like to put mine in a special folder so that I can find them when it comes time to redeem them. It's just easier to keep them. I don't believe Stampin' Up! Has any way to resend you the code. I think it's an automatically generated thing. So definitely keep those. Check your spam folders. If you're ordering and you didn't get your coupon codes, definitely check your spam folder for the codes. Okay, so that's going on in July and August. Then we have a brand new set of online exclusives that just released yesterday. And I have a very nice PDF file here that I paid for. I paid somebody to do this. And I have it linked in the description of this video. So if you want to go to the description of this video, you can click the link and it will take you, this will just open right up and you can see everything, all the suites, all the individual items, kind of everything nicely grouped together. You're welcome. And so I'm happy to share that with you all. So just, yeah, check it out. It kind of shows. Now, these things are, most of them are while supplies last. So the PDF file could become, null in 2 weeks. I don't know. But this is everything that was available when everything went live yesterday. Okay. So definitely check that out. Download the PDF file, and then you can sort of see all the stuff that is available. So there you go. And then, of course, the Glass Mat Studio is back. It says metric, but it's not metric. If you're in the US, it'll be imperial. So the Stampin' Glass Mat is back for customers. So this is not just if you join Stampin' Up, you can get it in your starter kit. Anybody can get it now. So that is awesome. Okay. Online exclusives. I have a new host code for this period. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's wrong. Hold on. It actually has an E on the end. So we have a Z and then we have an E. I thought that did not look right. So somehow my E did not transfer over. So it's RKBGGBZE. Oh, and I didn't put that in the description of this video. I'm going to change it after the video is over and I'll update the information down there. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. Anybody who places any size order with me in the month of July will receive the Friends for Life PDF. It's got 10 beautiful cards, no videos, but definitely got instructions and a cutting guide for you and a supply list. If your order is over $50, then you get the Global Creative Project Tutorial Bundle. This one is the Take to the Sky. Obviously, if you order with me and your order is $35 or more, you're going to get a kit to make the cards that we're making today. As I talked about earlier with one of the cards that somebody sent me, the Country Florals class, kits are ready to ship right now. You can get those in my online store, or there's a link, not my online store, at my blog store, or there's a link below the video for that information. All right, then adhesive kits. I only have about 4 of these left that come with the ice cream cone. So if you're interested in getting a little cute ice cream cone zipper pull made by my daughter, I've got about 4 adhesive kits left that will come with one of those. And then finally, Stamp Happy Academy. You guys might want to check out on our Stamp Happy Academy Facebook business page. So if you just go to Facebook and put in Stamp Happy Academy, the page that has the little avatar, little circle of the 3 of us eating ice cream cones, that is the business page. And we're going to do something different. We haven't given away prizes before, but we're going to start giving away prizes on that particular Facebook group. Actually, it's a Facebook page. I should get that correct. So just check that out. I think it's just facebook.com/Stamp Happy Academy. And there's a challenge for the 4th, not for the 4th of July, for July. It's a tic-tac-toe challenge. So check that out. Upload your card below the challenge, and then we're going to give away prizes at the end of the month. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to share it with all your friends. And we want to have as many people as we can get in there because it's just fun to give away prizes. Okay, so my online class of the month uses the brand new Changing Leaves bundle. It has a hybrid embossing folder, dies, and a stamp set. You can get the whole collection of stuff from me, or you can just get the card kit, or you can just get the PDF. Link in the description. Okay, so for my cards today, I'm using rhinestones as my embellishment, and I kind of figured everybody has rhinestones, so I'm not going to include a package of rhinestones. If your order's over $75, you're going to get a random embellishment from me because I have way too many. And these are extras. These are not mine. Mine are in a different place. These are all extras. Don't ask me why or how I end up ordering all these extras. I don't even know. but I have a lot. So if you place a $75 order with me between now and Wednesday midnight next week, you will get a random embellishment. Now, if you place your order and you have a specific one of these in mind, please email me. I am happy to give you whatever one you want, or it'll just be a surprise and you'll just get one. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of embarrassed. I think sometimes I just go crazy ordering like a couple of things at a time, and then I don't know, or I don't know what I have and I order it again. Who's done that? Raise your hand. Yeah, I'm sure we all have. Okay, so I am going to use for the first time, and I realize this is a little older set, but not to me. So I am going to be using the Enduring Beauty. It's not really a bundle anymore. I call it like a collection because it's a stamp set, a die set, and a set of decorative masks. But I have never used it before. It's brand new. I think I got it in April sometime, and I just hadn't had a chance to use it. But it's beautiful and it's fun, and I wanted to use it for you guys tonight. So a lot of you probably already have it, which I think is amazing, because then you can just place a $35 order in my store with whatever you want, and then I will send you the kit to make this tonight. Okay, so let me move that out of the way and bring in my first goodies. So here is the stamp set and the masks and the die set, and then here is my pieces and parts. So I've got a quarter sheet of cardstock. This is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're going to stamp the super large image from the stamp set on there, and I've actually already done that, so that's done. You're going to get a 4 by 4 piece of white. You're going to get a 4 by 5 1/4, which is for the inside of the card. And then you're going to get your card base, which is a peach pie, 5 1/2, 8 1/2. You're also going to get a scrap of white so that you can die cut this label. This label comes in the die set here, so you'll need to make a label. And then you're also going to get a 1 by 4 inch piece of this pattern of the Peach Pie Designer Series paper. You're also going to get a 1/2 by 4. And then you're going to get a 1/2 by 4 piece of Lemon Lime Twist and a 1/2 by 4 piece of the Peach Pie Glimmer paper that you're going to put on the inside of your card. I don't want to show you what I've done here just yet, but you're going to get the 1/2 inch piece of Designer Series paper, 1/2 inch piece of glimmer paper to put on your inside layer. Okay. All right. So we are going to use the mask. So I'm going to move these things out of the way. We're going to bring this image in. I've got a scratch paper here. I like to put a little bit of adhesive down on my scratch paper, just enough so that my paper, oops, my seal, there we go. But I am going to kind of put my finger on it a little bit so it's not so sticky. Okay, we're going to do that. Then on the masks, I talked about this a ton before, because I really like using this stuff called pixie spray on any of these masks. So it is they call it a light tack repositionable adhesive for stencils. Well, a decorative mask is basically a stencil. I do have this linked in the description of this video. You can get it on Amazon. It's about $12. I don't even know how long I've had it. But you can reuse the stencils over and over. Now you can wash this stuff off. It's not super easy to get it off, and I don't even worry about it. I don't even take it off, because I'm like, why would I take it off? I'm just going to use my stencil again, and I want it to stick. So I don't take it off. I just leave it on there all the time. All right. So I have all my stencils here. I don't know if you can even see it. They all have a little bit of pixie spray on the back. Okay. And then I have them separated by those kind of sheets that come in your stamp sets. So that's just how I do it. Okay, so we are going to position this stencil over the stamped flower so I can sort of see how this is all going to work. And I'm just kind of looking around the whole thing. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of press it down since I have some pixie spray on there, and then it should, yeah, so then it's nice and stuck on there. Okay, so we're going to start off by using some peach pie ink and a blending brush. And I'm going to color these flowers. And now you can color them however you want. You can color them so they're all the same, I guess, depth. It might not even be the right word, but, you know, darkness and lightness. You can have part of the flower be light, part of it be dark, you know, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. So I'm going to rub my brush here, and then I'm going to kind of put it here on my stencil just to kind of blot it around so that it's not, that I'm not just blobbing it on here. That might not even make sense, but it happens when you like get your brush in the ink. If you don't kind of blend it, then it's can be kind of a mess. So I like to just either blend it on a clear block, or I'll blend it here on my, what am I calling this? My stencil. My daughter is upstairs taking a shower, so I apologize if you guys can hear the water. Her bathroom is right above here, right above me. So I've got a little bit on there. I'm going to add a little bit more. Again, I'm just going to use the stencil to kind of work it into my brush before I actually put it onto the flowers. And again, you can do whatever you want. So I got a little bit darker here and here. It's totally up to you. Oh, and I see we have Debbie joining us. Yay, Debbie. Yeah, I just kind of started. I did do a little bit of sharing of personal information at the beginning. I did share some cards that I have received from some of you beautiful people. So thank you all for those. And yeah, okay, so my flowers are done. So now I'm just going to kind of come in here and kind of lift that off. And I'm going to kind of put this behind me so I don't get ink on myself. And that was stencil number 1. So this is stencil number 2. There is a number 2 right here, kind of in this little chalk mark or this little mark here. You can also take these stencils and you can, to help yourself line them up a little bit easier, once you get one stencil placed where it's supposed to go, you can take like a pencil and you can mark the edges of the stencil if you want. You can come up here and do that. And that way, when you put the stencil back on, then you can kind of see where it's supposed to go. Oh, we have some other people joining us. So thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate that so much. And those of you gals who are welcoming them, I appreciate you guys also. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in some lemon lime twist. I'm going to scooch that just a hair because it wasn't exactly where I wanted it. There we go. Press that down. And then we're going to bring in the lemon lime twist. And I have another blending brush for my lemon lime twist. I do have a brush for each color. I know some people do it like, you know, a brush for greens, a brush for blues. I'm too anal for that. I need a brush for each color. So I have a brush for each color. It just is what it is. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to dip it into my lemon lime twist. I'm going to get some on my brush, and then I'm going to add it, kind of do this little job again so that when I, when I blend it, it's not bad. But for this particular card, there are these 3 little doohickeys. I don't know what they are. The stencil would have you color them all the same. I don't want to do that. I feel like they should be flowers. And so I'm going to color them after the fact. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some small Post-it notes, and I'm just going to cover those up so that they're not going to get inky. Okay. This one here is a little trickier, but not impossible. So I'm going to kind of cover that one up, and then I'll move it to get this leaf. So here we go. So we're going to start adding the lemon lime twist to all the leaves. And I'm just going to kind of keep going back up to that little like blob of ink that I put up there, and get all the ink from, you know, anywhere else that it may have gotten, and just use it all. And you can sort of see how nicely this is working. And again, you can do the same thing on these leaves. If you want them to be a little bit darker in some spots, a little lighter in others, you can sort of mess around with that. I'm not doing that right now. I am just coloring them, because there's another stencil in the set that is going to help us add some depth and dimension to the leaves without worrying about how we're shading and how we're blending, okay? Because I understand I'm not very good at this, and I would imagine a lot of people aren't. And so the stencils really help us. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of move this a little bit the other direction, okay? So I'm going to cover it up the other direction. And then I'm going to just go back and get my ink, and then I can finish this. And so what I'm going to do with this is I think I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends to color in those little guys. So now I'm just going to remove these pieces. And if you want to color those, you can. If you want to, you can take your Post-it notes and then you can put them around the other things to kind of hide those, and then you could add another one right here, and then you can get those if you want. But I just found it's easier if you want them to be a different color to just use your blends later. Okay, so that was stencil number 2. We're going to lift that off. The Pixie Spray sticks, but yet it releases pretty easily. I'm going to throw that behind me, and then I'm going to get stencil number 3 of my set. Again, it's got a little 3 up there in the corner, and then I'm going to add this. So I can start out by just sticking it into the, you know, where I put those marks, and then I can just sort of look and make sure that I don't see like any white around that I might not want to be around. Okay, so then this one I'm going to use pumpkin pie. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my pumpkin pie, and again I have another brush for that. So we're just going to dip it into the pumpkin pie, and I think this color is kind of dark. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to want to do my little bit of blending before I plop it on there, just because I don't want to have any harsh marks. So then after I do the little bit of blending, then I can come back and pick up a little more ink, and then I'm just looking to get my ink into those little areas that have now been exposed with the stencil or mask. Stampin' Up! Calls them masks, but I mean, like, everybody else probably calls them stencils. So there you go. Get a little bit more on my brush. Do this again, because you can kind of see when I tapped it down, first of all, it was pretty harsh. But then if you kind of blend it around a little bit, even on the stencil itself, or if you want to use a clear block, like I said, you can. Either way, whatever works for you. All right, so I think since pumpkin pie is fairly dark, we probably are good with that. Look how that looks now, so pretty. And to clean these stencils, I literally have a bathroom down here, and I just run the sink water over them, and then I just lay them on a towel to dry. I don't mess around with it. I don't use any soap. I find that even if it gets a little bit stained, that the ink isn't really there. It's just a stain. So there we go. All right, so I'm going to put that behind me. Then we're going to bring in stencil number 4. Stencil number 4, again, marked. So we're just going to kind of lay it down in the lines, and then we're just going to kind of visually inspect it and make sure that it looks, you know, that it's placed where we would want it to be. And I believe that it is. All right, so again, I'm going to cover up these. Now there's a little tiny stem here, so if you want to be pretty particular, you can stick your Post-it note so that your little stem is still going to get color if you want. So I'm going to try to do that. This one we'll put right here. Okay, and we're going to bring back the lemon lime twist, and here we go again. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to add the ink. Oh, you're so sweet, Susan. Susan says for you guys to give me a thumbs up and to share the video, and I would love that. So a lot of you probably, like I said, have this set. You've probably already done this. Maybe I'm sharing some tips with you. Maybe I'm not. Maybe you already know all this. I don't know. But like I said, I hadn't used this yet, and wow, I'm just super impressed at how fun this is. These little tiny stems, you got to kind of get your brush in there. Now, of course, I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to kind of try. I may have to do something a little different there. Stick that down. Here we go. Bring that. Whoops. My little Post-it note doesn't want to stick so great now, but it's okay. So I can come back in and I can get that little stem with a blend or a marker or something. Okay, so now we can pull these stickies off and open this up. And now we have some dimension in our leaves. Ooh, so pretty. I'm gonna put my stencil behind me again. And then finally, the last stencil, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. We're gonna go ahead and do it just so you can see what it's about. This kind of adds a little bit to the middles of the flowers. It's not perfect by any means, but it is pretty fun. Okay, and I'm gonna bring my pumpkin pie in again. I don't know if I need to actually add more ink to this. I might not. So I'm going to try it first without doing that, just in case, but now I actually think I might need just a little bit. So we'll do this, kind of blend that out just a skosh, and then get this all colored. And this just adds some, so you could use another color. I could have used a third color, like maybe some Cajun Craze or something, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to stick with the colors that I had been using, and it does work pretty good. So now we'll kind of get this off, and I'll kind of bring it up so you can see how pretty that is. And so again, my little flowers here, I'm just going to go ahead and color them in with some peach pie blends. So I've got the dark one here, and I did get a little bit of green on this one, but I think it's going to be fine if I color this with my peach pie. It's going to cover that up and you won't even know. Come over here and get this little guy. I just kind of thought it was weird that they would end up being green, so I wanted to cover them up and do something a little bit different with them. And then this little guy here, because I feel like these are like buds, like flower buds. Not necessarily leaves, if you will. Okay, and then I do have my lemon lime twist blend, so I can kind of get this little stem right there. Okay, that isn't that fantastic? So then you would die cut that. It's got a large die here in the set. You would die cut that, and then what I did was I cut it in half. So I cut it in half so it was not quite half, but more like, I don't know, 2/3 third or something like that, because we're going to use these two pieces now on our card. So now I have another one already done that I can make another card with. So I'm going to go ahead and put the ink away, because we all know what happens if the ink is left out. Mess. And I'm going to put, what have I got here? My little Post-it notes. I'm going to move those out of the way. And these blends, I'm going to move those out of the way, and the brushes. Okay, so now we're going to bring in the rest of our card pieces. So we've got our 4x4 piece here, and so I've cut this in half, and so I'm just going to add this to the card kind of like this. One at the bottom, kind of off to the left, one at the top, kind of off to the right. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue those down. Just got some liquid glue here. You can use whatever glue floats your boat. And then I'm going to put it so it's a little bit off. You can see on the side it's a little bit off, and I'm just going to cut that off. And then I'm going to add this larger piece at the top. And again, like I said, kind of off to the right just a little bit. Okay, there we go. So we have our two pieces on there. I'm going to get some scissors, and then I'm just going to trim off the excess there. Hello, Patricia. Thank you for joining us. And then I have a tiny bit right here where my eyes obviously played a trick on me, and I thought that I was at the edge, and I was not. Okay, so then we're going to bring in our card base. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure these are the same size. Sometimes, you know, when you're cutting, things can be off just a little bit. And it looks like that my lemon lime twist layer is a little long. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of snip that excess off. Hello, Carol. Thanks for joining us. And I'm going to add this to the edge of my lemon lime twist. So something like that. Oh, we got some glue on the table. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to add this to the card. Okay. So here at the edge is where we're going to put this. So we're trying to have it be equal distance at the top and the bottom and the side. Okay. Then I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to put this down. And I think I'm going to snip off just a little tiny bit of this too. I feel like it might be a little bit too long. Yes, just something like that. So we just have the lemon lime twist to kind of break up what we have going on here. So I'm going to flip my card around, and I'm going to do like equal distance again, top, bottom, and side, and then try to line that up over there. Okay. Yay! This card is so pretty, you guys. I loved it so much. Okay, so then I have the little label that you're going to die cut out of the set. And I have a sentiment here. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Whoops, I made a mess. I'm going to stamp my sentiment in some pumpkin pie. I tried black, and I tried the lemon lime twist, and I tried it all, and I didn't like it. So I'm going to kind of put this just slightly to the left, not completely to the left, but just a little bit to the left. And we'll just stamp that. There we go. And then we have some other things here. You're also going to get a little piece of glimmer paper in your kit, a little scrap of the peach, so we can get yourself, there's these little tiny floral dies in here. Right here, you're going to get 2, so you're going to get 6. There's 2 dies, you're going to run them through together, and then you're going to get 6 of these little guys, okay? And you're also going to get some ribbon. Now, this is a retired ribbon, but I still have some of it, and it goes great with this card, so you're going to get a little bit of this ribbon. You'll tie a little knot, and we're going to finish this off. So I'm going to add this, something about right there. Grab some dimensionals here, and we'll get those on here. And I'm going to put this out about right there. Okay. And then I'm going to take 3 of these little glittery pieces, and we're going to add them to the card. Okay. So we're going to add 1 here. Try to rotate it just a bit. Okay. And then we're going to add 1 over here, and then another one right there. And then that's our bling for the card. If you want to add some extra things on there, you can. Like if you have some rhinestones, like I said, rhinestones would be great. And then my inside layer, I did the same thing, except I didn't do all the masks. I did mask 1 and 2. So I did color the flowers, I did color the leaves, and then I did bring in the leaf 1, 2. Yes, Patricia, I did do this with masks, and then I did this with masks also. And this is our inside layer. And I'm just going to glue that in. And then, oh, right, the bow. Thank you. Gosh. You guys got to keep me on my toes, and you know that, and I appreciate it. Cuz yeah, can't remember stuff. All right, and then the bow. So the bow's going to just go right here at the top of the label. Put a blue dot out here. I'm actually going to roll this up, I think, because this ribbon is fairly skinny. And so I'm just going to kind of roll that into a little tube, I guess, log, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to add it to the back of my ribbon knot. And then we're just going to kind of add this right up here at the top of the tag. Manipulate it just a bit, and then I'm going to bring in some scissors, and I'm going to snip off the ends here, and there it is. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put those on the insides because we have 3 more. So we're going to add 3 more of these little tiny glittery gems. I'm going to get my take your pick tool this time to add them, and I think we're going to do this one here. And then this one here, and this little guy right there. Oops. For heaven's sakes, I don't think I had enough glue. There. Okay. There. Now, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I love this card so much. I can't tell you how much I love it. So, again, place a $35 order in my store using my host code for the month or for the week, and now I lost it. It's oh, I just found it again. Here it is. I'll throw this out there while I am getting ready for my next card. So there's my host code for the week. So definitely use that with your order. Order online, and then you get the free card kit if your order is over $35. Okay, so let me put away the stuff for this card, and then we're going to get out our goods for card number 2. And so for card number 2, I'm going to put that aside, put that back here. So for card number 2, I've done a few things already. Okay. So for this card, I did the same thing. I stamped it in Memento black, no problem. I used the first layer and I colored with my blending brush and some freesia. So the flowers were colored with freesia and a blending brush. Then I did the leaf image, which was number 2. So I did number 2 and I used Granny Apple Green. All right. I skipped number 3. I think it was number 3. Let me look at these stencils again that I got back here. So I used 1 already for that, and then I used number 2, and then I went straight to number 4 so I could add the dimension into the leaves. Again, I covered up my little flowers because I didn't want them to be colored, and then I pulled in number 4 or number 5. And then I added Petunia Pop in there, okay? So I wanted to share with you guys using stencil number 3. I'm going to use a sponge dauber this time. So let me get stencil number 3 back. And it's dirty. I've got a little tub of water sitting here next to me. I'm going to run this around in the water and I'm going to blot it off with a paper towel so that we can use it again. Okay, so I just had a little tub of water. I literally just shook it around in there. All of that ink came off, and then I blotted it on a towel, and now I'm just going to kind of blot the rest of the water off with this paper towel, because I, of course, don't want to get water on my card. So let me just kind of make sure all the water is off here. And again, they really, the stuff just comes right off. Okay. So we're good. I'm going to put the rest of the stencils behind me again so they're not in my way. So I'm going to flip this over and we're going to put this back on, and we're going to use a sponge dauber this time to add the detail for this. Wait a second. Is that the right one? Yeah, it should be. It should be. Oh, wait, maybe I need my piece of paper back. Here we go. Because I need to tack my flower down. There. Yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it. We're just going to rotate this just a little more until we get it in the right position. I feel like it's coming. I just have to be a little, and I should have saved my piece of paper where I made my little marks and stuff, and I didn't even think about it. So I'm just trying to carefully lay this on. I'm just kind of looking for where there's white space. And if I see any white sticking out, I'm just kind of rotating it a little bit. Yep, I think we're good. Okay, so now I'm going to use a sponge dauber, because I'm sure some of you probably have sponge daubers instead of blending brushes, and that's perfectly fine. So I have a little sponge dauber here, and I probably already have some ink on it, so I'm going to just kind of see if I have. Nope. I don't have too much. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did with my brushes. I'm going to try to get so that this is blending. So it's a little bit blended. And then I'm just kind of pouncing and twisting. Okay. Pick up some more. We're going to do some pouncing and twisting. And we're going to get this whole thing covered with some Petunia Pop. And so if you need to add some, just dip it in again. Tap, tap, tap it to kind of get it nice and blended. And come back and then just kind of pounce and twist all around. You're just going to kind of want to make sure that you get all of the little openings covered with your ink. And we're just going to keep on picking up our excess here and then pouncing and twisting. And if we need a little more, we'll do the same thing, pouncing and twisting. And then we should be just about done. I'm just looking around to kind of make sure that everything has been pounced and twisted properly so that everything is colored. Okay, I think we're good. So we can lift this up. And then look how that just, oh my gosh, these stencils are so amazing. And they're literally like error proof. Like literally anybody can do this. You don't have to have any talent as far as watercoloring, because I have none. Believe me when I tell you that. So anybody can do this. It's just a matter of getting the placement on there, and you have time to wiggle them around. And again, if you're just working on one project, definitely put the lines, do the little markings like I did. That will be super helpful. And yeah, so now I'm just going to bring in my blends, and I'm just going to add, what do I have here? I have Petunia Pop. So I'm going to start with the light, and I'm going to do these little side buds here. And again, if you want to use, you know, if you want to color them with the stencil, so it would be like your leaf color, that's totally fine if you want to do that. I just think they look better, and I'm happier with them being colored. And this one I have a tiny bit of green on, but thankfully my Petunia Pop marker is pretty dark, so it's going to just cover that green right up. I'm going to come back with my dark, and I'm just going to kind of add a little bit of dimension by just kind of coloring over the lines that the stamp has created for me. And that's how I add my dimension most of the time. Okay. So then again, you would cut that out with the same die that's in the stamp set. And I have already done that. If I can find my pack of papers. Oh, here we go. So I die cut that out. So here it is. Super fantastic. And now I have another one so I can make another card. Yay. Okay. Then, so that was on a quarter sheet of white is what I did that on before I die cut it out. Then we're going to have a fresh freeze your card base. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. And then I have a little piece of Petunia Pop that's 1.5 by 5.25. That's going to kind of go down here at the bottom. And then you're going to get this piece die cut. I'm going to die cut this for you. Okay. So you're going to get a piece of white, and you're going to get this die cut from the Elegant Borders dies. Melanie, I have no idea what kind of flowers they are. I have a brown thumb, so I couldn't tell you. I'm sure somebody on here knows. So you're going to get a piece of white that's going to already be die cut. So it's going to end up being about 5.25 by 3.75 from top to bottom, whatever. And I used the Elegant Borders dies. These were an online exclusive release sometime last year. I don't remember when. They're not in any catalog, but they are still in the online store. So the item code for these is 161593, or you can just go to the online store and search the word elegant, and they will come up. I think they were $30 or something like that. But for this card, you're going to get that in your kit if you order $35 out of my store. So this is kind of what the look I'm going for here. You're also going to get a little scrap of the Petunia Pop glimmer paper, and you're going to cut 2 of these little fun flowers. This is also, there's 2 of these dies in the die set, and then you're going to get 2 of these double leaves. Again, this is a die in the die set. So we're going to take those, and after we kind of figure out where we're going to stick this, we're going to tuck them underneath. Okay. So let me kind of assemble this a little bit. Oh, I am so happy you guys are liking this. I have to ask you guys, how many of you guys already have this bundle? And I know there's another one in the new catalog. I think it's called Layers of Beauty. Basically the same kind of thing. Just I think it's roses. And this is, I don't know what this is. But anyways, just wondering if you guys have this. All right, so we're going to add some adhesive to this layer. I'm not going to put any on this. I don't think it's necessary, and I think I could just end up making a mess if I try that. So I'm just going to go as close as I can. All right. Oh, lots of you guys do. Oh, yay. Dang, I can't believe this is, like I said, this is the first time I've used this. I was looking in my stamps. I thought, what do I want to go with today? And there it was. And I thought, ooh, yes. I haven't worked with masks in a while, and yeah, beautiful, beautiful flowers. Okay. So we're going to stick this on here. I don't know if I want it like that or like that. I kind of think I want it like this. So I'm going to do it with dimensionals, this top, this piece here, and then I'll come back and kind of tuck those other little things underneath wherever I think they need to be. I need some scissors to cut the edges around these dimensionals. Oh, there is one little lonely dimensional sitting in there all by itself. I'll kind of keep cutting these. Okay, I think this is good. I'm going to stick my fingernail into all of these, so that will kind of start to lift the backing paper up a little bit if you do that. And if you don't have a fingernail, you can press something else into it. But I think even if you didn't have a nail and you just kind of pressed your thumb, I think it would work. Okay, and I think I said, oh goodness, I think I wanted to do this. I hope they do too. These masks are so much fun and they're so pretty. And like I said, they are literally the easiest things in the world to use. You don't need any sort of skill, I'm finding, because I have none. And so, yeah, that makes me happy when I can make beautiful colored pieces of art. Um, when I really am not that great at coloring stuff. So, all right. Yes, and they are awesome in different colors. So I've already given you kind of an orangey version. We've got the purpley version here. And then we're coming up with a blue version next. Oh, goodness. How did that even happen? Okay. So we're just going to kind of tuck those leaves underneath. And then we're going to kind of tuck these little flowers. And again, I keep saying this every time I'm live and I do these detailed die cuts. I'm like, why in the world did I not use adhesive sheets? Adhesive sheets make this so much easier, but here we are. We didn't use them. It is what it is. All right, and I think I'm going to just kind of tuck this right in over here. Something like that. Okay. Ooh, dang, that's pretty. Okay, then for the inside, I have this, and this I just colored with blends. I did not use the masks on the inside here. I just used Stampin' Blend. So I just kind of put my stamp on. How did I do it? Let me find those two little goodies. So I just kind of did it like this, just right in the corner, the top of the large stamp. And then I colored it in with the Petunia Pop blends. And then I added the leaves with some Granny Apple Green. And let's see, do we have a sentiment? We do, but I honestly think I want to say happy birthday. And so I'm going to pull in the Simply Said stamp set. I'm sure you guys all have happy birthday stamps if you wanted to copy this. And so whip out a happy birthday stamp. And I'm going to mount this on my block here. So give me just a second. I got to make sure it's straight. So let it get back to its normal shape. And then I think I'm going to do it. Do I want to do it in Freesia? Nah, I better do it in Petunia Pop. I was thinking the Freesia, but then I thought, no, I better not. Yes, Trish, yes, she said there is a tree set in the online exclusives that has masks. So it's pretty fantastic. I might actually have a card using it. I think I got it in a swap. So let me, yes, let me look. I have a few cards here. Oh, I was pretty sure. Oh, here we go. There it is. So this is what Trish is talking about. This is what she said, Frosted Forest. Is that what you called it? Frosted? Yeah. And so you can see that it has the same stencils to add dimension to the tree. So very, very nice set. And then the person that gave me the swap added those fun little bird embellishments. I'm assuming they're still in the online store. What are they called? Where do I even have mine? Here we go. The adhesive backed dragonflies and birds. So there you go. That's what's on this card. There's a lot of really fantastic online exclusives. Don't forget that I have a link in the description of this video, you guys, that will take you to a PDF that I bought from a gal who creates things like that. I paid her for it, and then I was able to put my own contact information on it. So bless her for putting that together, because that does make it quite a bit easier to order online exclusives when you can sort of see, what goes with what, and that PDF file really, really helps. Okay, so we're going to add this to the inside. And then, again, we're not going to add any embellishments, but you could put some rhinestones on there if you wanted to. Again, if your order's over $75, I'm going to give you a random embellishment because I have way too many. Like, seriously, way too many. Like, these are all my extras. Can you believe that? How does this even happen? I don't know. But I need to get rid of some of them. So please place a $75 order in my store so I can give you one of these. That was a totally shameless plug. Okay, moving on to our final card. Let me kind of put these things away. I don't think I have any stamps that are going to make a mess that I'm going to stick in there. So I should be good. Okay. Let me kind of clear all this out of here. put that card back and let me grab my bucket for card number 4. And card number 4 is the blue stuff, you guys. So we are going to start out with an Azure Afternoon card base. Don't use Azure Afternoon nearly enough. I am very much a blue lover, but I don't use it enough. Then, so this is 5.5 by 8.5. Then you're going to get a piece of Azure Afternoon again. This is a 3 by 5.25. It's already embossed. You're going to get it embossed. And I did use the Fun Patterns embossing folders. These came out when the zinnias came out. So they are in the online store. They're not in a catalog. And you get this kind of fun diamond pattern and then this very cute kind of retro daisy pattern. Okay. I see Sonia's here. Thank you, Sonia, for sharing. Frosted, Cindy has the Frosted Forest. Or yeah. Tracy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so fun. So fun. Okay. So this is going to end up going right across the middle of your card. You're going to get some ribbon, and this is some Azure Afternoon ribbon. This is retired, but I still have a bunch. And you're going to get like a 10-inch piece. And so then you're going to cut enough that you can wrap it around this layer. And I like to use tape because that's just me. I can't tie a bow around a piece of cardstock to save my life. And so we're going to use tape. So we're just going to tape this down, trying to eyeball it to make sure that it's even across the thing. Okay. We have Corinne or Karen. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, from Tucson. That's where my brother lives. Okay. And then you're going to have another little chunk left. It's about a 4-inch chunk that you're going to, we're going to come back in and tie around this as soon as we're done. So then we're going to have a piece of blueberry bushel, and that measures, where's my cheat sheet here? That measures 3 3/8 by 3 5/8. And you're going to get another piece of white that I forgot to cut. That's going to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. So 3 1/4, 3 1/2. Okay. And this is what we're going to do some stamping and coloring on. So let me get my foam mat and a scratch paper and my big stamp. And we're going to ink this up. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and ink up the whole thing, even though I'm not going to stamp the whole thing on this card. I'm going to stamp like part of it, but I don't know exactly what part I want to add. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up the whole thing. So, and I've had people ask me why I have this little pink Post-it note stack in the bottom of my memento pad. It's because I'm a very heavy-handed stamper. I'm a very heavy-handed inker, and I tend to crack these pads. So it helps a lot when you're having your pad on your desk and you're tapping a stamp into it, because it's recessed in there, and that will kind of stop that from bending. Okay, so we're going to put this so that our 3 1/4 inch way is like the top, and then the 3 1/2 is on the side. Okay. And I am going to bring in, let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I want to do it like, no, I'm going to turn it around, I think. Or am I going to go to the side? I got my cheater piece over here, and I'm trying to figure out how I did it. I think it's like this. So we're just going to go in the corner. So we're going to go something along the lines of this. Okay. So we're going to stamp that, press that down, and then we have this beautiful floral image. All right, so while that's drying just slightly, I'm going to bring in the 2 little floral pieces that's in the stamp set. So there's like a detailed one and then a not detailed one. And so I'm going to stamp the not detailed one in some Azure Afternoon. And I'm going to do one like that, and then maybe one up here, and then one kind of off to the side. Okay. And then we're going to do the detailed one in blueberry bushel. So we're going to ink up the blueberry bushel, and we should, oh, I should have done it the other way. Well, you know, we're just going to have to wing it here and hope that it doesn't look terrible. Ooh, we got it. There you go. All right, so we're going to try this again. That one worked too. Dang. Am I going to get all these? So I recommend doing the detailed piece first and then doing the filler. And I should have done that because I know what's going on, but apparently my brain did not want to work. Okay, so we're going to do some coloring. I'm not going to color this whole thing because it does take a while, but you'll get the gist of what I'm doing. I am going to like do the flowers here. So this is a flower here on the edge. And then we have, I think, a leaf right there. This is a flower, and this is the light. This is Azure Afternoon Light. And so I'm just going to kind of do the whole flower. And sometimes I like to do swirls. Sometimes I find that swirling it gives you some nice coverage. Sometimes going back and forth, it just kind of depends on what you're coloring, I think. But for a flower, this does work pretty good. Okay, so we're going to do the whole thing. Light Azure Afternoon. We'll get this large one down here at the bottom also. Doing our little swirly thing. I don't know how you guys color, but this seems to work for me for the most part. And then sometimes I got to go back and just kind of fill in some of the stuff that I miss. And there, and we'll get down here and in there. And then I'm going to bring in my dark. Trying to fill all that in. Okay, then we're going to bring in the dark. And we have someone else here. We have Karen. Hello, Karen. And I'm just going to kind of get these little, I don't even know what these are. Whatever's on the inside of this flower. And I know they probably have a name, but I don't know. Like I said, I have a seriously brown thumb. Okay, then I've got Old Olive, and I'm going to use that for my leaves. So I'm just going to kind of do the same thing here, just kind of swirling the ink. And then I think this is a leaf here. If it's not, it is now. And then we have a stem. We have another stem right there. And then I need my Old Olive dark, because then I like to, again, just kind of copy the lines that Stampin' Up! Has given me, just to kind of add a little bit of interest, okay? And then I actually might come back and do this stem darker. Okay, so you kind of get the gist of what I'm doing there. And then I do have a sentiment that comes in the set that says, holding you close in my heart. And I'm going to stamp that in some blueberry bushel up here in the corner. So, like that. And then after it's all said and done, this is what it will look like. Okay. So you can kind of see what's going on here. I just used the light Azure Afternoon, added the dark to the middle, did the Old Olive and whatnot. So that I'm going to add this to my layer of blue. So yeah, you don't have to use the blending brushes and the stencils or your sponge daubers if you don't want to. You can use blends, you could use watercolor pencils, you could stamp this on watercolor paper, and then use ink pads and water brushes. I mean, you can color this however you want. Okay, so there we go. I am loving the blue too, Tony. All right, so I'm going to add this to the front, and I'm going to go ahead and use liquid glue on this too, because when I use embossing, I feel like I need to use liquid glue just because then I can get glue all over and then it will stick pretty good. Okay. Oh my gosh, Linda says she thinks this is her favorite. Thanks, Linda. I was really happy with it because, yeah, I don't use the Azure Afternoon enough, and it is a really, really pretty blue color. And I really, really like it. Okay. And then this piece I'm going to add with the dimensionals. So we'll go back to our little dimensional piece here. And we'll add our dimensionals. We'll add one in the middle. And again, I'm just going to kind of press with my nail And then I should be able to pick those off pretty easily. Oops. We've got a rampant random piece of paper backing. Okay, and I'm going to put this off to the right a little. So, like so. Then I'm going to bring in this little piece of ribbon here, and I'm just going to kind of tie this in a knot around the other piece. Whoops. This ribbon is a slight bit stiff. Okay. And I love the little silver edge on this ribbon. It's so pretty. All right, and then we're going to trim off the ends. Try to make them even. And now this one, I think I do want some rhinestones on, since I didn't use any glimmer paper. So I think I'm going to add a few little rhinestones here. So get your rhinestones out, ladies. Or gentlemen, if there are any gentlemen that watch me, get your rhinestones out. Okay, and then maybe one over here just to do a little bit of bling. And then I already have the inside piece done. Now this inside, I did use the blending brushes, and you can see that I actually did a little darker right here in those top areas. And then I did do a little bit more heavy-handed with the old olive kind of in the I guess the inside of the leaf, and then the tips are a little bit lighter. So that is my inside piece. And I'm just going to glue that in there. There we go. All right. So I know Linda's favorite one is this blue one. Please leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite one is. If it's the blue, the freesia, or if it's the peach pie, the first one we did. I got a little glue in there. Okay. So there is card number 3. So remember, if you order $35 in my online store between now and next Wednesday at midnight, I'm going to send you a kit to make all of these cards. And you will get, this piece will be die cut for you. This will be embossed. The label you'll have to cut yourself because it comes in the die set. These little doohickeys here, you'll die cut out of the glimmer paper that I'll give you. But yeah, and then if your order's over 75, I'm going to give you a random embellishment. So thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight. I appreciate all of you taking some time out of your holiday and spending it with me. So there you go. Thanks again for watching. I'm going to change the host code in the description of the video, and I will see you guys again soon, and keep voting. I want to know which one is your favorite. So thanks guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.